We have that out of the way, I can go ahead and do a little bit of a speed comparison between them and see which one is the faster one. Now, the Galaxy S20 has that Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset, an octa-core CPU, and the Adreno 650 GPU, and 8 gigs of RAM, and there's only one model of it. Where the Galaxy S20 FE, I keep calling it the A series, also has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 chipset inside of it, an octa-core CPU, and Adreno 650 GPU as well, and 6 gigs of RAM on the base model and 8 gigs of RAM on the two top tier models. Now this model does have 6 gigs of RAM, so keep that in mind. So let's go and see which one is the faster one between these two. Okay, and for some reason I hit the unrecord button, so that was very weird, so I have to redo this. But it's totally okay, I only did the first app, so let's do it again. Play Store 3, 2, 1. And like I said before, actually this one switched up. I think the S20 was a little bit faster. The first time I did it, the vibration mode on these phones are crazy, but I'm pretty sure the FE won the first time. But scrolling through, you can see pretty much the same. Maybe you guys can tell a bigger difference over the camera, but I can't really tell. They both have the 120 Hz refresh rate on as well, so keep that in mind. We do the Galaxy Store 3, 2, 1. Okay, about the same. Phone 3, 2, 1. Okay, about the same there too. Messages, about the same. Browser, we can go and load up a web page. Do Google and Facebook 3, 2, 1. And I think the S20 was a little bit faster there. Now I have a bunch of these third-party apps that we can get into. Let's do Snake versus Blocks 3, 2, 1. And maybe the S20 FE was a little bit faster there. They both were pretty much like milliseconds away from each other. Scrolling through, you guys can see, yeah, about the same here too, not a big difference. Stack 3, 2, 1. And this one was actually able to get into it pretty fast. I don't know what's going on with this one. It looks like it kind of hung up a little bit. But that one, so maybe the FE one there. Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And this one looks pretty close. They both kind of stuttered at the same spot in the beginning with, if you guys saw that. And maybe the S20 was a little bit faster than the FE. But they both, again, were pretty close to one another. Gaming-wise, I mean, they're going to be exactly the same. This is a pretty, basic game when it comes down to it. We can do Crossy Road, 3, 2, 1. And we do have to input our age here, so that was a little bit of a different thing. We can do Fruit Ninja, 3, 2, 1. Now, there may be some pop-ups on both, so there is a pop-up here, so I will have to go ahead and redo this one. Fruit Ninja again, 3, 2, 1. And I just feel like the animations may be a little bit faster on the FE as well. That was pretty surprising. It just seemed like it was way more smoother to get into the app. But once we're in it, they both looked kind of the same. We can do the original Temple Run, 3, 2, 1. I feel like I'm going to run into 30 different problems within it. No, I guess not. So this is the very first time that I never ran into problems opening it up. And maybe the S20 FE was a little bit faster there, but again, they both were kind of hand in hand. Not a ginormous difference here, but pretty close. Snapchat 3, 2, 1. Okay, almost identical. Instagram 3, 2, 1. Thought I clicked it there, but I didn't. We definitely had a pop-up here, so it's totally okay. Bofa 3, 2, 1. And I think the S20, standard S20 was a little bit faster there. And we'll go ahead and do a couple more. It's kind of, we kind of get the gist of it. We can do Quizlet, 3, 2, 1. And yeah, about the same there too. And I mean, Twitter, 3, 2, 1. S20 is faster. So I definitely would say, the speed between them are very identical. There's not really one that really blows the other one out of the water. I think maybe the S20 FE has some advantages sometimes with the loading animations, but I think speed-wise, they're almost identical. Maybe the bigger differences will come into the RAM management side, and I'll go ahead and, I guess, do the first one. I don't want this video to be 40 minutes long, but you might see that if you're, doing a bunch of different, RAM management things, if you're trying to keep a lot of apps in the background. As you can see, the Galaxy S20 FE, that's where it's probably gonna, kind of mess up at a little bit. Keeping more apps in the background. With the S20, we'll be able to keep more apps in the background at the end of it, unless you get the 8 gig of RAM option of the FE. I did not do that. I got the 6 gig of RAM option, but it could be different in your case. So in terms of that really pretty much covers it up. Let's go and hit on the cameras now.